नाजरीन, थोड़ी सी गुफ्तगू उर्दू में भी मैं करूं, वो ये कि एक सवाल जो मैंने इस प्रोग्राम की इब्तदा में पूछा था वो ये कि पाकिस्तान में ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी बड़ी तेज़ी से सरायत कर रही है कि क्या ओसामा बिन लादेन वाक़तन वहाँ था या किसी और बॉडी को फेंक दिया गया और वीडियो दिखा दी गई या तस्वीर ले ली गई। नाजरीन, इस कस्म की कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीज़ पाकिस्तान में ज़रूर चल रही हैं, लेकिन इस कस्म की कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीज़ वेस्ट में नहीं हैं। उसकी दरअसल वजह यह है कि जब चौथा हेलीकॉप्टर डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया तो अमेरिकन सील्स कुछ लोगों को हेलीकॉप्टर पे बैठा के नहीं ले जा सके, उनको लोगों को छोड़ना पड़ा। उसमें ओसामा बिन लादेन की तीसरी बेगम और एक आध बच्ची भी शामिल थी और वो पाकिस्तान की इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज के हाथ लगी है। अगर ओसामा बिन लादेन नहीं था तो उनकी क्या ऑब्लिगेशन है कि वो इस बात को कहे बेटी 12 साल की कि मेरे बाप को मारा गया और उसका खून होते हुए मैंने देखा। ये एविडेंस पाकिस्तान के पास मौजूद है कि ओसामा बिन लादेन ही मारा गया है। इसमें इब्हाम की और कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरीज की जरूरत नहीं है। यह बात एक रोशन दिन की तरह बिल्कुल अहम है सबके सामने कि जी ये वाकया हुआ है और यह भी दुरुस्त है कि उसकी बेगम ने यह बात बताई है कि वो 5 साल से पाकिस्तान में रह रही है। इन थ्योरीज पे हमें जाने की जरूरत नहीं है नाजरीन। व्हाट वी आर कंसर्न्ड हियर is the relationship between the United States and Pakistan should not get strained because of a lack of intelligence or failure of intelligence on the part of Pakistan on this single incident. Pakistan succeeded in providing intelligence to the United States in hundreds of occasions post 9/11. This was the only incident that did not work. There could be a number of reasons for it. Maybe Pakistanis were overconfident that there is nobody who can hide in there. So many reasons. There could be reasons acceptable to the intelligence agencies also. But Pakistan and the American intelligence agencies need to sit down and sort out the differences as to why did this happen. It is not to be made public and not to be discussed in public as to what was the failure. The strained relationship at a diplomatic level should not come in public. That Panera is looking to things with a different angle and Shuja Pasha is looking to things with a different angle. No. These are the backbone of American and Pakistan with a history of 65 years of association, and this should not break up like this. This should not get strained. People change and faces change. Tomorrow, Leon Panera would be the Secretary of Defense and General Petros would be the chief of the CIA. Shuja Pasha may become the Minister of Defense. He could become the Prime Minister of Pakistan. But change of faces should not affect the national interest and the security interest of Pakistan and the United States. So we should be careful in our dealings. We have a long association, and this association should not be hijacked by those people who are interested in bringing the relationship of the United States with India. The Indian lobby who wants America's cooperation, who wants to become favorite nation of the United States, should look to things with American eyes and America's interest. The Indian caucus in Washington DC should be careful that it is not America's interest to make Pakistan a disfavored nation. It is America's interest to keep Pakistan as a favorite nation. Why? Pakistan is the gateway to the Central Asian Republic. Why? Because Pakistan is a major country amongst the Muslim world, and the Islamic world consists of 56 nations and countries in the world. Pakistan cannot be ignored. Pakistan is the leading nation which has the nuclear assets amongst the Muslim nations. And this country with so many assets, with so many interests in the region, with so many political and geographical interests in the region, should not be isolated. And isolation for this nation would be a disaster for international community. And international community should be careful that if one mistake is done, that mistake should not become the reason of breaking up a long-term relationship that exists for years. And dear viewers, I'll take up I'll put a question before our guests here as to what is the solution. How should we run our affairs from now on after this lapse of intelligence, after what happened in Abbottabad? To you, Colonel Zafar.
The basic point to understand in Pakistan-United States relations is that in this area, the interests of two nations are absolutely one. Pakistan cannot do without America, and America can't just run away from here just like that. They have to stay on. So therefore, they have to, within themselves, find ways and means of better interaction.
Let's talk Pakistan without America for a second. Pakistan breaks up, or America breaks up relationship with Pakistan. What will happen in Pakistan?
Well, so there will be devastating effects on the economy.
What will
for
be
example.
the rupee dollar
valuation? That
would
would be for the economists to work out. But I'll know that this would have a devastating effect on the economy of this country. This is what I can say without any reserve.
The market confidence will be lost.
Will be lost.
The foreign investments will be lost. The overseas Pakistanis, which comprise 10 to 15% of the GDP, will be lost.
Yes.
And are we ready to take these losses?
No, we can't exist without these.
Do we have an infrastructure on ground that can take up these losses?
To my knowledge, no, sir.
Okay.
So therefore, this is what I'm saying.
What do you think?
We have to act. But we have to act mature.
Okay. What do you think, Peter? If Pakistan's and America's relationship is broken today, what losses America will have?
Oh, America will lose a tremendous amount of face in the Middle East, Central Asia, and so forth, and the Islamic world.
Major Islamic world, a country
Correct.
which is a major country in the Islamic world would be lost. That means you're hitting the backbone, and you are in a problem by doing that.
Correct.
It is not America's interest to do that.
Indeed.
All right. We agree on that. It is Pakistan's interest, and it is America's interest. Now, how do we address to this problem with the present turmoil that has taken place in the intelligence bodies of the countries? How should we address to that?
I don't think it's permanent. I don't think its effects will be permanent. It's time will look into this, and they'll find an equation post Osama. In fact, it is already there. You see, the basic thing that we are forgetting, that in the larger context of things, Osama's philosophy has been dealt a crushing blow. Crushing blow has been.
Dear viewers, there is economist in front of me. It says that now kill his dream, Osama bin Laden's dream. What is his dream?
So his dream was a reversion to 13th century or 7 or 8
How many
centuries ago.
Pakistanis believe in that dream
They
and
don't.
ideology?
They don't. They don't. They
Do you
want
see
to
any
live,
people in your neighborhood
they
that
want
supports
to
this
live.
dream?
They want to live in a modern day life. The modern day
You're
world.
living for the last 10 years,
Can
Peter,
I
in
add
this
something
country, and you are
here?
part and parcel of this country. Do
Well,
you see this dream here in Pakistan amongst
No, the
Pakistanis?
point is, we are seeing what happened in the Christian world 600 years ago in an infinitely more complex world. That is, then it was the printing press, and the conservative religious people fought with the developing people for 300 years. Now we've got IT, and we're having the same struggle in broad background altogether. So what we've got to look at, will the real Pakistan stand up? Does Pakistan want to remain conservative at the expense of development, or development at some expense to conservative religion? What we have is people believe what they want. 90% of Pakistanis believe it's all America's fault. 66% of Pakistanis, according to the Pew analysis, which is very good, don't believe Osama bin Laden is dead. So what we've got to do is do positive things for Pakistan. The Raymond Davis case, for instance. What positive is there out of that? The law since Hammurabi has been biased towards punishment. And only in Pakistan would you get someone forgiven for a sin. That would never happen anywhere else.
And
that is a very important positive
and
fact.
the US policymakers should admire the efforts of the
correct.
Pakistan intelligence agencies after
Yes.
what happened with Raymond Davis,
And
that was one of the things that should be taken into notice by them,
Right.
as to what Pakistan agencies have sacrificed so far. And Pakistan armed forces has lost so many lives in this
Correct.
struggle, in this war
Oh, yeah.
on terror. And what we can suggest
with
here,
a major internal battle between the 9 different Pakistans. I think they've done pretty well. And what they need to do is to be positive. Don't blame people. Fix up the ISI. Look over what they've done wrong and fix it up.
I would say in a different way. I would not say fixing up the ISI, but what I would say is that we need to create a consultative committee comprising of the second tier leadership of the ISI, a second tier leadership of the CIA, and the second tier leadership of the State Department, and not taking into the civilian bodies from Pakistan, because they could change any moment. So they are the part of destability. Let's take those institutions which will not change, which means the Pakistan's armed forces.
Well, you're
and
suggesting a mechanism.
yes, and I'm suggesting a
That's
mechanism
effective,
that there should be a consultative body in order to avoid such incidents in future, and both the countries can repose a confidence on this consultative body, and that should take care of the security interests of Pakistan and the United States. This will repose confidence amongst the public. Yes, there is some body internationally that's looking into the affairs of Pakistan and would not let any intrusion that could happen in Pakistan. This will satisfy the people in Pakistan, in the masses in Pakistan, that there are some steps that has been taken, and those steps are acceptable to the masses.
Sir,
Yes.
And may I add, not only security interests, but also the economic interests. What the young man of today in Pakistan, he desires is an end to this system, end to the tyrannical system, end to the unjust system. What they want is jobs. They want.
But the question is, we have to wrap up, Colonel Zafar, that America is not going to provide the jobs. It is the Pakistan's leadership that has to do that. What we need to do, which has been done by the American policymakers, is to decentralize the economic support and aid to Pakistan, which has already been done. And that decentralization should be made very effective, and there should not be any such in the minds of the people of Pakistan that America would leave Pakistan after 45 or 50 or 60 years of association.
No, if I may add,
that confidence should be
But
reposed.
that's a major part of that is Pakistan's got to be positive itself about Pakistan.
Absolutely, yes.
That's the bottom
Yes.
line.
No, they will become positive about Pakistan only if they know that their lunch or their dinner would be forthcoming when it is needed.
Well, your point is well taken, and I think we have to,
Russian
end up the
Revolution
program.
didn't do that.
We have to end up the program, and dear viewers, summing up the whole program, I think it's a lot of things here with Colonel Zafar and Peter Belly. They have to say that, but we are running short of time, and we would discuss this in our discussion next week. For this week, we suggest the Pakistani policymakers and the policymakers in the United States to sit down. The rifts should not come up in public. This is just one of those incidents that should not have happened. It did happen. We should just ignore it, because we have been dealing with each other for years and years.
Good.
And this association should remain stronger in the years to come. We should not get carried away by simple notion that Pakistan failed in this intelligence information or lack of intelligence that was on the part of Pakistan. This was not lack of intelligence. It's anywhere. Thank you very
Correct.
much, and see each other next week.